Good evening, I'm Laura Lee.
And I'm Dan Wolf. Thanks for joining us. We are following breaking news up the shore where 4 departments are fighting flames at a Lutsen ski resort.
It's happening at Caribou Highlands Resort, which is at a Lutsen Mountains area resort. The structure is a unit of townhomes, not part of the main lodge. We
have some photos of that fire. According to the Cook County Sheriff, they believe everyone made it out in time, but it's unknown if anyone was hurt. The firefight remains active at this hour, and buildings right next door have been evacuated as a precaution since it's windy in that area. And no word yet on what caused the fire, but the state fire marshal's office has been notified. In a Facebook post, Lutsen Lodging wrote that the fire is not directly impacting Ski Hill Road or the mountain itself, but heavy emergency traffic and smoke is making the area unsafe at the moment. They're asking people to stay away from the Ski Hill Road for the time being. We also just heard from Lutsen Mountains Resort. They said this building is not one of their buildings. Now, according to them, the fire is contained and there are no injuries at this time. Working to confirm that information with authorities. Again, we have a crew on the way there right now, should be arriving shortly. We also should point out again, this is not part of Lutsen Lodge, also that burned down back in 2024.
Meanwhile, not far from there, you'll remember Papa Charlie's Tavern burned down back in June of 2023. While the restaurant was destroyed, thankfully no one was hurt. The restaurant was part of Lutsen Mountains Resort, and they just celebrated the reopening of that restaurant last July, now known as Charlie's Alpine Bistro.
Once our crew gets there at that Lutsen fire tonight, look for updates on our Northern News Now app. I spoke with a deputy up there a short time ago, Adam, who tells me the reason they evacuated those nearby buildings and why it's been such a tough firefight is because of the really strong wind up there.
Yeah, we're still seeing those winds gusting as high as around 30-35 miles per hour at times in the wake of that big system that moved through this weekend. So let's take a look at the winds.